Yet, Gina Robinson doesn't want Curtis Asford trying to prove himself to be Trina's biological father. That was true when Trina insisted on taking a DNA test. But in the near future, the screenwriter will come up with a big scenario that will force Trina to accept a DNA test. Maybe Trina has a medical problem and needs a blood transfusion or something. Of course, this plot is similar to that of the current Willow Tate. However, Nina Reeves is not a bone marrow match, but instead Lisa Umbridge based on kinship. Going back to Trina, maybe Trina will have an accident or something that needs relative to donate. Trina also thought of that when looking at pictures with Curtis. What Trina thinks can come true. Of course, at that moment Trina is not ready for a DNA test. Trina knew Curtis wasn't the one to blame and was at fault for this. It's all because of Trina's mother, Portia Robinson. But Trina needs time to accept Curtis. Moreover, Trina is too determined to see Marcus Taggart as her father no matter what the result of the DNA test later. Even Marcus thinks so. Marcus does not want to leave the person that Marcus once loved wholeheartedly and considered as his own son. To this day, Marcus still considers Trina his daughter despite many more incidents. Some predict that Trina may have some disease. Viewers remember earlier that Portia thought that Trina had the same disease as Marshall Asford, when Curtis also suspected he had the disease, because that disease is passed down from the generation to generation. However, Curtis is perfectly healthy, and so is Trina. This raises another theory as to whether Curtis is really Marshall's son, or maybe there is another conspiracy behind Marshall that has not been unraveled. That aside, Trina currently lives in a dormitory and wants to stay away from her birth mother. Curtis also cannot freely meet Trina if Trina does not want to, which makes Trina more likely to be targeted by the Hook in the future. Of course, the Hook can also attack Trina and Trina is forced to be hospitalized. Fortunately, the Hook does not apply snake venom to the weapon, but the loss of blood will force Trina to find the right blood type to compensate. Curtis is willing to take the test and test his blood type to save Trina. Also because Trina is unconscious and lying on the hospital bed, Curtis would take something from Trina's body to do a DNA test without Trina's consent. The time Trina recovered was also the time when Trina received unexpected DNA results. Trina will be angry, but eventually Trina will have to accept this fact. Curtis, Margaret, will be Trina's two fathers and will accompany Trina for the rest of her life.